All right, so we had this problem, and the problem was that we had a car going around a curve. The curve has uniform radius. The radius of the curve is 100 meters. So the distance from the center of the curve to the car is 100 meters. We know the mass of the car is 1,000 kilograms. The velocity of the car is 15 meters per second, and that's its tangential velocity. And we want to know what the force of friction from the tires is. We know that the force of friction has got to be directed towards the center of the curve. That's why it's moving with uniform speed. It's moving at 15 meters per second. So what we got to do is we have to say, okay, well, what is this force of friction? What is a force of friction doing for us? Yeah, it's pulling it towards the center. So what kind of force is that? Yeah, it's a centripetal force. And so we have this equation that tells us that the centripetal force is equal to the tangential velocity squared divided by the radius. Well, we have the tangential velocity, that's 15 meters per second. We also have the radius, because I told you it was 100 meters. And we also have mass, which I did not include in the formula. And so it's just a matter of plugging all that stuff in. So when I put that in, I get the force of friction, which is the centripetal force, is equal to the mass, which is 1,000 kilograms, times velocity squared, well, that's 15 squared, all divided by the radius. The radius in this case is 100 meters. So somebody with your fancy calculator, tell me, what does that come out to? 2,200 and what? 50? So that's 2,250. And what's the unit? Newtons, because it's a force. What questions do you have about that? Funny that you should mention that. Because I'm going to answer some questions over the homework problems from last night, and then we're going to take a little quiz. Right? So, go ahead and put that away. Get out the homework.